Sandra, welcome to another episode of Asexualise, my asexual life. So today I'm reviewing this movie called Ticket to Paradise, and it's with George Clooney, who plays David, and Julia Roberts, who plays Georgia, and they've basically got to take her to Bali to stop their daughter marrying a young guy and making the same mistakes that they made 25 years ago. If you don't want spoilers, don't watch the rest of this trailer. Don't watch the rest of this review, which is like a trailer, isn't it? But I'm going to give some stuff away, so as in the plot. So yes, so basically, like I said, George Clooney and Julia Roberts are in this movie. And the movie starts off basically that their daughter is graduating and she's about to go and be a lawyer. And she's decided to go on vacation with like her best friend. And her best friend is like a sister to her because her best friend hasn't really got family that's interested in her, really. So they're like sisters. And they go on this island for a holiday after graduation. And when they go on this holiday together, they get stranded in the sea because the people on the boat forgot they were there somehow. So they're trying to get back to the island, and along comes this really handsome, cute, gorgeous guy called G'day, who reminds me of saying G'day Spot, and who is from the island basically. And so he gets them onto his boat to give them a ride to the island, and their daughter's called Lily. So Georgia and David, Georgia is played by Julia Roberts, David is played by George Clooney. Lily is their daughter, and they were married, but they were only married for 5 years. And so they haven't been together for like 25 years. And so her parents don't get on. Their relationship ended sourly and they argue and bicker. So this is actually a romantic comedy, this movie, Ticket to Paradise. And it's different to the type of movies I would usually watch. But I saw the trailer and thought the trailer was funny. So I wanted to go and watch it and see it for myself if it really was funny. And I did find it really funny. I thought that the acting was really good between Julia Roberts and George Clooney, who plays Georgia, and David. I thought they were depicting like the fact that, you know, they were both nitpicking at each other, getting on each other's nerves. They were really, really funny at doing that and very true to life, I would say. But there was still good chemistry between them as well. And, you know, it's kind of like better the devil you know than the devil you don't. And in the movie, Georgia is with a guy in a relationship, and he is a pilot. And so when they go on this plane to the island to see their daughter, because they're worried about, because the daughter's been on the island for like stayed there for a couple of months basically, with her friend, and I think it was only supposed to be a few weeks, and she's fallen in love with this guy called G'day, and they decide they want to get married. And the parents are really worried about her, thinking she's making a huge mistake because obviously she's really intelligent and she's been pursuing a career in law for years, and now she finally gets to be a lawyer. And they feel that when they got married, you know, Georgia kind of gave up her career for the marriage in some way. They kind of gave up their career and dreams in some way, you know. And you find out towards the very end that it was because she felt she was losing herself in the marriage, so she left, basically needed to leave. But the good thing is they had Lily, and that's the only thing they can usually agree on. But they decide to basically make a pact to put things aside and get on, just for the sake of trying to stop their daughter getting married to this young, very young, handsome guy called G'day. I have to say that G'day is stunningly beautiful. I really wanted to kiss him and stalk him throughout the whole movie. He was the highlight of the movie for me, even though I loved the movie. I have to say I really liked the movie. I thought it was very true to its genre, very funny, super romantic. So if you're an aromantic, asexual, aromantic as lots of people pronounce it, then you probably wouldn't like this movie unless you like romantic fiction, because you'd probably think, God, not another romantic storyline. But if you're a romantic person, and I'm a hyper romantic, it is really super romantic. The film is so romantic. I really loved it. I loved the setting, the waterfalls, the love between the two young characters, Lily and G'day. G'day looks about, the actual plays him looks about 23, but in real life he's 29. I've looked him up. Here he is. He's stunningly gorgeous. He was a highlight of the whole movie for me because I love his look. He's seriously absolutely gorgeous. He's the exact lookalike. Short dark hair, totally clean shaven, really nice soft smooth skin, really nice complexion, beautiful gorgeous lips, cute nose, cute ears, nice eyebrows, lovely eyes. His hair is stunning, skin beautiful. I really like those photographs. He is really, really hot looking guy. He's really beautiful. So he was originally born in France, but he started his career in modelling in Indonesia. You can tell like he's Asian looking. He is really, really beautiful. I'm like, oh, well, in the film he gets married to Lily, right? I was thinking I don't want marriage, but I wouldn't mind marrying you. You're absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, I don't usually think that way, but I was just a bit starstruck. He's stunningly beautiful. I'm like, oh my God, you're so gorgeous. Like, I just love the way he looks. His shoulders, he's a skinny guy. I just, because traditionally women like guys who are really, really hugely muscly. I don't. So, yeah, he's just, I don't even know if you can see that, but he's really stunningly beautiful. See, he's not actually Indian, but he's close. But yeah, he's gorgeous. I do think some guys from France are good looking. I had a guy come to do work experience from France in one of the stores I worked in as a manager. Obviously, I couldn't say that I found him attractive because it would have been professional, but I thought he was really attractive. And I obviously had to be his manager and instruct him what to do. When I was there for a couple of weeks, I was thinking, oh my God, you're really good looking. So it's kind of like harder because he was so good looking to me. But yeah, so but he is some beautiful, beautiful guy. I really like these guys that clean shaven, look totally like this, no rubbish on their face, no stupid bum fluff or stubble, or because it just really annoys me when guys are just like having stupid stubble and stuff. I don't like stubble. Look, he's much better, clean shaven, beautiful. Anyway, so yeah, the storyline goes on that they go to the island and they try and jeopardize a wedding that he has, as G'day is his name in the movie, and he wants to get married to Lily, but he works out that her dad and mum don't approve. They don't like it, and they're trying to jeopardize the wedding. And in the end, Georgia, who's played by Julie Roberts, she steals the wedding rings to stop them getting married. And he works out that they're basically concocted it together, and he says to the dad, it'd be simple, we're going to get new rings, but it'd be simpler if you gave us the original ones back. And he's like, oh, I haven't got them, but they're in the mother's handbag. And eventually Lily finds out, but she's not happy with the guy she's marrying because he already knew that the parents were up to no good, but he didn't tell her, so she felt betrayed by him as well. But it ends really well. It ends very, very good because there's two types of romantic storyline in this one, which I really liked. One is obviously Lily and G'day getting married. They fall in love. He's a seaweed farmer, so she was going to be a lawyer. He's a seaweed farmer. She feels that the lawyer's life is not for her. You see her talking to him, saying basically, like, I've gone to be a lawyer my whole life, but that's what my parents want, and now I'm gonna get it. It just doesn't seem right. It's something's not quite right. It doesn't. It's. If she didn't do that, it'd be disappointing only her parents. And so when she is on the island with him, she sees a completely different way of life with beautiful waterfalls, everyone being a happy family together because he's got a huge, massive, extended family. And just she feels at peace there with him, and that she belongs, which did remind me of when I say I like Indian guys, because I really do feel like I belong with an Indian guy, even though Indian guys are currently driving me nuts and I can't find a nice Indian guy for me or a suitable one, you know. It's like, so I'm kind of like, yeah, whatever. But maybe I'm meant to be with like an Indonesian guy like this instead of an Indian guy, because he is stunningly beautiful. But I still feel like whenever I think about Indian stuff, I always feel like I'm at home. So I must have been part of that life in a past life. It just feels familiar, like I've been here before. It's really weird. And so yeah, it's like I'm like, but I'm getting on with my career anyway now. But yeah, so you know, it is a really romantic movie, and Lily and G'day, the characters, I think the actor and actress play them really well, the parts, you know. I think there's chemistry between them, but it's sweet, you know, it's that sweet teenager style romance that I absolutely love and adore. You know, there's no sex in the movie. What I really loved as well in the beginning of the movie is she's asleep in G'day's bed, and she woke up there. I think she was drunk or something, and or just tired. I can't remember whereabouts. I think it was in the beginning of the movie when he rescues her. G'day rescues her with her friend from the sea, and she's in his bed, and she wakes up in his bed, and then he's already started seaweed farming, and he lets her know that she talks about, oh, you're up early. He said, yeah, but the floor's not very comfy. So he was a gentleman, as in he let her have the bed and he slept on the floor. And so I really liked that about the movie. I thought it's really suitable for asexuals, this movie, because there is no sex in it. And, you know, the fact that he said that implies that he really respects her and cares about her and loves her, you know, and he's not after sex at all with her. I actually thought he was one of the most mature characters in the whole of the movie in terms of the main characters. You know, because George Clooney, who plays David, and Julia Roberts, who plays Georgia, they act just like a pair of kids throughout the majority of the movie, like nitpicking at each other because they're supposed to get on each other's nerves. They're supposed to hate each other's guts, basically, you know, not be able to be in the same room together. And there is a lot of funny scenes with them, even them competing in getting the seaweed, etc. So it's really, really funny. I really like the chemistry. I really like the camaraderie and I thought, I mean, obviously in real life it's not good to be in a relationship where there's bickering and everything like that going on, but I did think, God, this is so stereotypical. This is actually real stereotypical of real life, and it's not just a stereotype. I have seen that type of bickering going on, and also in past relationships I've had guys, you know, that are that way inclined. So I did think it's really realistic, and I really did like that about the movie. But I just thought with him at the beginning of the movie, G'day, saying that he slept on the floor, I thought that was real respect, and that asexuals would love that. And I just loved it because there's lots of passionate kissing between G'day and Lily, but no sex. And he wasn't looking to get sex out of her. You know, at the end of the movie, when they finally do get married, because it's, you know, it's off and on. Well, it's on, but you kind of get worried because the dad's trying to talk G'day out of marrying his daughter by putting doubts in his head, and he's trying to like say stuff to his daughter. So they're trying to like, the parents are trying to like control and manipulate a bit, and they're trying to do it to save the daughter. But of course, it doesn't work like that. And like I said, she found the rings that they stole in the end, you know. And so that was really disappointing. But G'day really is one of the most mature in the movie, the character, because he really cares about Lily, and he does care about what the parents think, and he wants them to give their blessing for Lily because he just knows it's better for her. But, you know, he works out pretty quickly what the parents are up to. Just he didn't want to upset Lily because he knew that she wouldn't take it well because she's close to her parents, you know. And so I just really liked Goday's character. I really liked his look. I really liked the fact that there was lots of like passionate kissing, but it wasn't sexual. You know what I mean? So where his hands were, they were like on her hips and up her sides. There was nothing like, he wasn't putting his hand on her bum or in sexual places. He was just really focusing on kissing her lips and having his hands in a nice place, you know, resting place. And I just loved that. I really loved that. I thought this is the type of relationship that I want, where you're kissing really passionately, you're really enjoying the mouth kissing, and you're just like hanging out and having the best time together and loving each other and just being so cute and wonderful together, and you're just having your hands in the right places and you're really respecting each other. And I just, you know, he's strong as well. I like his character because he's very cute and boyish in his looks, even though he's 29 in real life. But he, you know, in the actor is, but he's just, you know, like very strong as well, because he knows what their parents are up to. He confronts the father over it, you know. He asked the dad to give the rings back, even though it's the mum who's got the rings they stole. And so, you know, I think I really love that about him. I'm like, you're cute and you're handsome and you're passionate and you're gorgeous and you've got an air of maturity about you, and you understand Lily well from the time you have known her. You're sensitive to her needs and how she is with her parents, and her parents matter to you because they matter to her. And yet you're strong enough to confront the father, strong enough to, you know, ask him to put things right. And that's what a true man should be like, you know, that, you know, sensitive and kind and caring enough to feel emotions, to be there for the girl, to love her, to hold her, to kiss her, to cuddle her, to build a life with her, and to talk to her intelligently, and to support her and adore her, but yet man enough to stick by what he wants in his life, stick up for what he wants, stick up for what he believes is right, and confront the parents, you know, when they're done wrong. I thought that was really good. I loved his character. I thought it was a very healthy character in that way. And I think it's good because all too often you see kind of like teenager star romances, and they are portrayed as, you know, there's some imbalance there. Someone's doing something really dreadfully wrong. Whereas in this instance, the movie turned that on its head when it was the parents that were behaving like kids, and they were bickering and stuff for a long time, and that was really unhealthy. You know, their adult relationship was more like a 5-year-old's, and so that was a very interesting kind of like twist, if you like, where the parents are basically the kids and the kids are more adult than the parents, and the kids don't believe that they're going to make a mistake. And you know, the daughter in the end confronts her parents and says, you know, you're trying to correct the wrongs that you did, you know, correct the mistakes you did years ago, basically, you know, by getting together with each other. But you know, Georgia has this pilot, right, and he is a significant character because she has this pilot. She's in a relationship with this pilot, right? So she has a pilot boyfriend, and the plane they go over on, he decided to swap shifts with someone so he could be the one driving the plane because he's in love with Georgia. And he's very, you could argue that he's very attentive. And so they've portrayed him as being a type of character that's really a Mr. Good guy, very attentive, very loyal, but yet the woman doesn't want him. I would like to see a movie, you know, where the good guy, the polite guy, the nice guy does actually win the girl. I think there are some older movies like that. But you know, because but the thing that wasn't so good about him, he was just saying stuff to please her. Like whatever she'd say she likes, he was going, oh, I like that too. And that is a weaker guy. You don't want a guy who is a Mr. Good guy, but he's not if he's just saying whatever he thinks she wants to hear. That isn't good. And in the end, she can't. He asked her to marry him, and she just can't because she still loves her ex. So during the trip, it's not till about quarter of a way towards the end, if that Georgia and David, you know, kind of like start having feelings again for each other. They haven't really left, but they do have, they end up in bed together, but they haven't done anything. And they end up kissing as well. And then they're like, oh, no, we can't do that again. It's all wrong. And the pilot proposes to her twice, because first time he ends up in hospital with snake bite. Second time he redoes it, and he ends up thumping George's nose by accident, like going into her nose. And so that's not good. But he's always surprising Georgia, and she doesn't like that. And so he really doesn't understand her, even though he's doing his best to please her all the time. But in life, you don't want a people pleaser, but you do want a good guy. So it's very interesting they've put that pilot character in there. I think it is good, because it's good and it's not so good. So it's good in the way that they've said, okay, you want the guy who's meant to be perfect, saying everything, you know, like agreeing with you all the time. Well, this is a pilot guy, but actually he is boring, and also not only that, he's telling you what he thinks you want to hear, which is not a good trait. And also, you know, he's not really listening to her. He's just going ahead and doing surprises for her, and she doesn't like them. But he's trying to be romantic. But he is good looking as well. Not as good looking as as G'day is. But he is good looking. And, you know, and so in some ways he might be ideal for a woman, in the sense that he's always supportive. He's always he's always in agreement. He's always like in love. He's more interested in her than his career. He loves his career, but he always puts her first and makes her a priority. So in that way, he's a girl's dream. And I do think, in the other sense, it's not good that they've portrayed this guy as kind of the idealistic guy, but she's not interested in him enough because he's too good, if you know what I mean. And so, you know, but women deserve good guys, but he's not good in the sense that he'll just say what he thinks she wants to hear, and it isn't good because it means he's weak in that way. Like, he doesn't have an opinion of his own. So, you know, I think G'day, the actual character, is very well balanced. He doesn't do everything right. He doesn't say everything Lily wants to hear or do everything Lily wants to do, but he still understands on a deep foundational level. He's still there for her. He still supports her. He still respects her. And so I thought G'day's character is the ideal guy character, really, whereas the pilot is Mr. Too good to be true, butter wouldn't melt your mouth. But, you know, it seems to actually be like that, but to this extreme where he will agree with anything no matter what. And then you've got David, who's the opposite of that, who basically isn't supportive of Georgia, isn't like seeing her beauty and seeing her value, isn't seeing her worth throughout a lot of the film. And so you've got two different extremes. The pilot is like Mr. Goody guy, honest, like besotted with her. And then you've got like the David, who's not even, well, he's acting like he's not interested in her, but of course he is really. And then you've got G'day, who's like well balanced, younger but very well balanced, got his head screwed on right, romantic, passionate, kind, caring, respectful, loving, giving, sharing, but does make decisions on his own, and it's not always what Lily might agree with. And so yeah, I think he's well balanced character, G'day is, and I really like that. For me, the highlight was G'day, obviously, because I think he's damn good looking and attractive and hot. I want to snog him. He's one of those guys that I could just walk up to and snog. Obviously I couldn't, because you can't just do that, I have to get consent, but you know, he's one of those guys that I would happily do that with if you want. And so yeah, I just thought that the movie was really good. I loved the ending. So like towards the end of the film, you think, is Georgia gonna marry the pilot guy? Because he proposes to her a second time, but she, you know, and what is really like, it's very clever at the end, because what our ex-husband says, David, he says, oh, you know, if he makes you half as happy as I did when we were happy, then, you know, you should go for it and say yes. And of course she doesn't say yes, but you do think for a minute, is she going to say yes because she's got his blessing now? That would be a really bad ending. I would be upset about that and disappointed because I want it to end happily. And so, you know, you have all the wedding that does go ahead in the end, because that's a bit like up in the air some of the time when the parents are trying to put them off, and he really wants their blessing. And in the he does actually stop the wedding at one point. Good Day does, because he wants the parents' blessing, Lily's parents' blessing. Anyway, Lily has to say goodbye to her parents because he says something. Her dad says something about, oh, you know, it's rubbish here as a joke. I think it was. And she's like, yeah, but it's where I belong. And so he's like, I know. So they say a really tearful goodbye, Lily, with her parents. And then at the very end, she said that she said no to the pilot, and so basically she's then saying that they should be together and they should stay on the island together, because they have this philosophy that why wait to be happy later on, why wait to have your fun later on, why not just do it now? And so she says, oh, I think we should do it now, you know, like, why wait to have the fun later on, why not have it now? And he's like, what? And she's like, yeah, I think, like, you know, we should do this. And so it's really good. They hold hands together and they jump high to go in the water, and they're going to swim back to be with Lily and Good Day and all the huge extended family, and go and live there together happily ever after. So they've got back together basically after 25 years, because they still really love each other and they're meant to be together. So you've got two very strong love story happy endings. And yeah, I did love it. I did want that ending. I did want Georgia, sorry. I did want Georgia and David to get together in the end. You know, Julia Roberts and George Clooney, I wanted their characters to get back together after 25 years. I wanted the bickering to stop and them to realise they really love and care for each other, and him to talk nicely to her and value her more, respect her, which he did in the end, and them just, you know, deciding let's go and stay on the island and all be together and be happy together. I did like it. So it's like two happy endings in the end. And so when you're a really romantic person and you do want a really, like, kind of like, I guess you want a really stereotypical romantic movie that does go well and does have a happy ending, makes you feel good, I got that. You know, it was very funny, it was very romantic, the characters were believable, it's very well acted. I believe it's the people who produced it were behind Mamma Mia. Also, I saw it was really weird, because when I stayed till the end of the credits, it said copyright 2013, but it's a 2022 movie. That was really strange. That's what it looked like at the end. It was very bizarre. And yeah, and it looked like Julie Roberts was like behind some of the production as well. So anyway, I really enjoyed the movie. I'd highly recommend going to see Ticket to Paradise if you're a romantic person and you just love a happy ending and you love a love story, you love kissing, you love beautiful scenery. The island they were on was absolutely stunning with the waterfall and everything. It's really interesting to learn different traditions, like in Bali, and you know, it was just very, very, very interesting. I love the movie. I'm glad I watched it. It's not rom-coms, not romantic comedies, not something I usually watch, but I had a feeling I enjoy it and I really liked it. So I'd highly recommend going to see Ticket to Paradise. It's in cinemas now, and it's a really good feel-good film, but it's got a lot of funny bits in it as well, and some serious kind of like issues in terms of, you know, like healthy relationships, boundaries, assertiveness. It's got a lot of those type of topics in it, which are very interesting. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this film review. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you like it, subscribe if you haven't already, hit the bell icon, and if you're looking for interesting book to read, get Fibromyalgia Self-Help Handbook, which shows you how to manage fibromyalgia to have less pain, more energy, and feel happier like a superhero rock star. So if you love superhero movies, grab a copy of this. Even if you haven't got fibromyalgia, it's a really good autobiographical book done by me. And it's a very interesting way to help eliminate or alleviate anxiety and depression. And also, I'm the author of Asexual Perspectives on Amazon. Love, Life and Sex, a celebration of asexual diversity. So there's 47 asexual stories in here. So get your copy off Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Waterstones or Blackwell's if you want a good read about asexuality. So until next time, like I said, thumbs up, subscribe and hit the bell icon. I'll see you on next video live stream. Lots of love. Bye. Take care. See you soon. Bye.